The very ground beneath our feet is vanishing, and the homes built upon it are tumbling into the sea. Newly released photographs reveal a terrifying scene on North Carolina's Outer Banks, where two oceanfront houses are perilously close to complete collapse, battered by the powerful waves churned up by Hurricane Erin. But here's where it gets controversial. While the hurricane's fury is dramatic, the real culprit is a slow-motion disaster that has been unfolding for decades, raising urgent questions about the wisdom of building on such unstable land. Nearly a dozen other homes in this same area have already been swallowed by the Atlantic Ocean since 2020, a stark testament to the relentless power of coastal erosion. And this is the part most people miss. This erosion isn't just a storm problem, it's an ever-present, daily threat. According to the National Park Service, which manages much of this coastline, the precarious placement of these homes directly on the waterfront is what puts them in constant danger. The agency explains that many of these properties were once situated on solid land protected by dunes and dry sand. Today, that same land is partially or fully submerged by ocean water on a regular basis, even on calm days. The photos from the town of Rodanthe tell a frightening story. The houses, perched high on wooden support beams, have the ocean churning violently beneath them. During Thursday morning's high tide, surges of water slammed directly into these pilings. In one particularly alarming image, the beams themselves appear visibly unsteady, bending inward under the immense pressure. Now, consider this controversial point. Rodanthe, a community of roughly 200 people, juts further out into the Atlantic than any other part of North Carolina. Experts have long argued that barrier islands like the Outer Banks were never suitable for permanent, large-scale development. These islands are naturally dynamic and transient formations. They are created over time as waves deposit sediment offshore from the mainland, and they are constantly shifting, moving, and changing shape based on weather patterns and ocean currents. Some even disappear entirely. David Halleck, the superintendent of the Cape Hatteras National Seashore, provides crucial context. He notes that decades ago, buildings in these areas were smaller, simpler, and designed with mobility in mind. There was a broader understanding that the barrier island landscape was fluid. Perhaps it was more well understood in the past that the barrier island was dynamic, that it was moving, Halleck stated. The National Park Service reports that at least 11 other houses have collapsed into the surf in Rodanthe alone over the past 5 years. In a shocking event, just last September, 3 houses were lost in a single week. The situation is only accelerating. Halleck warns that some stretches of the Outer Banks are losing a staggering 10 to 15 feet of beachfront every year due to rising sea levels. All of a sudden, the foreshore, that area between low water and high water, is right up next to somebody's backyard, he said. And then the erosion continues. The scale of the risk is massive. A 2024 interagency report studying threatened oceanfront structures in North Carolina found that a staggering 750 out of nearly 8,800 such buildings statewide are currently considered at risk from erosion. While Hurricane Erin's outer bands brought strong winds and punishing waves to the East Coast on Thursday, its main role was to exacerbate this existing crisis. Forecasters had warned that the large waves could cause significant beach erosion and temporarily inundate coastal roads. Ahead of the storm, evacuation urges were issued for parts of the Outer Banks. Yet some, like 96-year-old Carol Diller, chose to stay. In a poignant interview, she expressed her deep fear for the motel she has owned for 70 years, which is now threatened by the encroaching sea. Her situation highlights a painful dilemma. Her property borders a national park, meaning there's no room to retreat or rebuild further inland. "We could wash away completely," she said, a statement that echoes the fears of many coastal residents. The impacts of Erin stretched beyond North Carolina. Beaches from New York to New Jersey were closed to swimmers due to dangerous rip currents and rough surf. while Massachusetts' Nantucket Island braced for waves exceeding 10 feet. So, what do you think? Is building on such dramatically shifting landscapes a calculated risk or a profound failure of long-term planning? Should public money be used to protect private property that was built on known erosion hotspots? Or does nature ultimately demand a retreat from the coast? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're eager to hear your perspective on this complex and urgent issue.